Day 2 of the great gas freak out, and things are going insane. Don't miss a second of the video because I've got so many photos and stories to share with you that are going to blow your mind. But are people really putting gas in plastic bags? Is this really happening? The White House responded to this today. Journalists were asking people like Pete Buttigieg about this, and we even had this series of insane tweets from the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission. But we have to answer the big question. Is this actually a thing? That's coming up in a second. This is the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission. Do not fill plastic bags with gasoline. Use only containers approved for fuel, okay? It's really sad that you have to give out that information, but are you done? No. Follow the gas canister manufacturer instructions for storing and transporting gasoline. All right, it seems like good advice. When using a gas canister, never pour gasoline over or near an open flame. Do people not know this? This is what the U.S. government is focused on right now. We have a pipeline ransomware attack that is crippling the Southeast and causing an absolute run of chaos on some gas stations. And they're reminding us that flame jetting is a sudden and possibly violent flash fire that can occur when pouring flammable liquids from a container over an exposed flame or other ignition source. The shortcut here is gas is flammable, dummy. I hope that people know that, but they even have a handy-dandy video in case you needed a little bit more to prove the point. Here we go. Gas, fire, bad. It's just a bad combo. I know this is blowing your mind right now. They put this thing together. So that's what happens if you take your hoarding gas and if you dump it on top of a flame, as many are wont to do. You end up with that from the Consumer Product Safety Commission. To the question, people, are they actually putting gas in plastic bags? No is the answer, unless you're talking about 2019, because the photo that has the White House talking and that has everybody chatting things up and saying hoarders are filling bags with gas is actually from a March 2019 incident where two men attempted to steal gasoline from a gas station in Mexico. It has nothing to do with what's going on, yet here is the press asking Pete Buttigieg about people putting gas in plastic bags. Note the White House and their still very incoherent plan, if there is a plan, in handling this.
Things are getting really crazy out there. The Consumer Product Safety Commission is warning people not to fill up plastic bags with gasoline. 1 in 10 gas stations in D.C. is out of gas, and the figures are far higher in the South. Is the Biden administration having any preliminary discussions about potentially taking over the pipeline to restore the flow if the company is unable to do it themselves?
Well, let the government run it.
So I've not heard anything along those lines. We are partnering with the company to make sure that on everything from the flexibilities we talked about to technical support and advice, that they're getting the help they need. And they have been able through line 4 and ancillary lines to move some product.
Right here, listen.
Again, obviously waiting for determination on fully reopening. I will say that this is a time to be sensible and to be safe. Of course, we understand the concern in the areas where people are encountering temporary supply disruptions. But hoarding does not make things better. And under no circumstances should gasoline ever be put into anything but a vehicle directly or an approved container.
Yeah, don't put it in bags, folks, even though that's not an actual thing. Now, this doesn't mean idiots aren't out there idioting. Look at this. Here is a Craigslist posting in West Cary. Somebody says, gasoline, $16. I filled up a few canister with regular gasoline 2 weeks ago to use my Harris Teeter fuel perks. Selling in 5-gallon increments, they say. I'll fill the gas for you. I need a $20 deposit for each canister, and they've got delivery for $5 a mile. What a deal. $16 a gallon, folks. You could get some gas, too. Or this lady's got a different idea. Let's just put the gas in a big old tub with no lid on it currently. Also, lady, challenge accepted. You are going to pick that tub full of gasoline up and put it in the trunk of your car? I'll wait and watch because I want to see the logistics of that playing out. Here's somebody else. This time, paint cans are the target. Gasoline is the weapon, and they are filling up. Everybody got on this guy. They said, and then there's this a-hole, gas hoarding, in case it's not obvious. Well, it's not obvious because He's only got 2 gas cans right here, and that doesn't even seem to be really out of line with what they're asking. There's a $50 limit at some of these stations, but then again, he's got a Trump 2020 shirt on, so I'm sure that makes him more of a target. This couple certainly is hoarding. One after another, they load up the back of their SUV to take all the gas just for them. And then here's somebody else. He's got them all lined up. He's got a trunk already full. His car is going to smell like gasoline forever. They're freaking out, and these folks are leading to a lot of stories just like this. Gas hoarding on the rise as demand skyrockets amid fears of a shortage. And I think in this report, this is one where they go to the gas station and show you just how empty it is.
Tonight, breaking news, panic at the pump, putting Georgia in a state of emergency. Here's the latest reports out tonight about the fuel supply crisis. Gas Buddy reporting 40% of Metro Atlanta gas stations are pumped dry.
Worse
in
now.
Florida, emergency management says callers are clogging up 911 lines asking about gas. As for the pipeline itself, the company says it is making progress on restoring service.
Why are these people calling 911? 911, what's your emergency? Yes, the Citgo is completely out of gas right now. Send help, please. What is the point of that?
And prioritizing markets, seeing supply constraints.
Well, some selfish drivers are getting a
Look
new
at this.
nickname tonight. Gas holes. It's a term trending online right now, referring to those seen topping off extra tanks and canisters amid the crisis.
Jamie Kennedy live in Atlanta tonight. And Jamie, it's easy to see why people are tempted to stock up.
Watch all the empty pumps.
Yeah, absolutely, Sean, and we can show you why. We're here at a QT gas station. We can show you what's available. Empty, 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 empty as far as the eye can see, and that's what's happening around most of the metro area.
Empty, empty, empty. All of those pumps are flat out of gas. Even down into South Florida, they have to say, stop hoarding. South Florida is not in a gas shortage. I'm here in Orlando, and there are already stories about lines at gas stations around here. But what is it really looking like? Here's the latest update from Gas Buddy. Georgia now up to 43% of stations with no gas in the state of Georgia. Alabama, 7%, so most stations have gas. Tennessee, 16%. South Carolina, 43% of the stations have no gas. North Carolina is the worst. 65% of the gas stations have no gas. And in Florida, where we shouldn't be affected by this, already 11% of the stations are out of gas. A lot of those in the Panhandle and up by the Pensacola area. In Virginia, 44% of the stations with no gas. Maryland, 11%. On through these rest of these states, all the way into D.C., there's single to double digits that the gas stations are out of gas. It's been crazy. Here's the governor of Georgia, Kemp, talking about what people should do with this problem that they're facing.
The main message to Georgians today is that the most effective way to address the fuel shortages we're experiencing is for everyone to remain calm and only get the fuel you need to carry out essential activities. Please do not go out and fill up every 5-gallon can that you have. Doing so will only mean this shortage will last longer and more Georgians will be unable to make it to work, take their kids to school, or get to their medical appointment.
So he says, stop freaking out, everybody, which generally causes more people to freak out. And we're seeing that all over the East Coast right now. Things are going to get worse before they get better. This pipeline is not running yet at capacity. They're still saying they hope to get it running by Friday. And we now know that they said they have no intention on paying the ransom here. So when will this get back up to fully operational? And the Biden administration is trying to downplay what kind of supply issues we have here. And instead of getting out there and talking to the country and saying this is a serious issue, which it is, they don't seem to be grasping the extent to which this has set in the southeastern United States. Tell me what you think about this. And as we go out and I tell you all the things that you need to remember, including to share this video and follow along if you're new here at facebook.com/thenewsjunkie for videos just like this every day, the craziest thing, most interesting thing, the weirdest thing happening in the news. We see a couple here. Well, this is a man and a woman. They didn't know each other before now, but now they're spitting on each other and fighting in a parking lot because one hit the other's vehicle as they tried to scramble for a spot to get some more gas. Things are going well, aren't they? She's going to take them down here. Place your bets. Who's going to win? What are you seeing where you are right now? And do you think this whole thing is overblown? And how do you handle this when there's hype out there and we find ourselves in a situation where it looks like people are going to freak out, even if that freaking out is all for naught? They're not really putting gas in bags, at least not yet. What are your thoughts on everything that's happening as we enter day 2 here? And it looks like the future is not quite a bright one just yet. Let me know what you think. As I said, follow over here, facebook.com/The News Junkie, or subscribe at youtube.com/The News Junkie. Thank you for watching. We'll talk to you again real soon.